Number 7, model with mathematics. Oh, and this is the continuation of 5th grade into math lesson 7.5, applied properties of addition. So, number 7, model with mathematics. The diagram shows the dimensions of a triangular flower bed. Write an addition expression to model the situation. What is the perimeter of the flower bed? Okay, so what are we going to do, guys? So we're going to add 4 and 2 12s, right? Oh, hold on a second. All right, so 4 and 2 12s plus 5 and 5 6 plus 3 and 2 thirds. Okay, so what's going to be our common denominator? 12, right? So we're going to have 4 and 2 12s plus 5 and what? 10 12s. Guys, we're just going to have to go past the construction, right? Okay, so 3 and what over 12? 8 12s. Could you multiply both times 4, right? Okay, so what is 4 plus 5 plus 3? 12, right? And then 2 plus 10 plus 8 is 20. So 12 and 20 12s, which equals 13 and 8 12s, which equals something more than 4 6. What goes into both 8 and 12? 4, right? So 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So 13 and 2 thirds feet. And perimeter, you add all the sides together, right, guys? Okay. Next one, do we need to use commutative property, associative property? What do we need to do? We just need to change where the parentheses are, right? So we just need to use associative property. So we're going to rewrite it and write parentheses 1/7 plus 2/7 into parentheses plus 2 thirds. So what is 1/3 plus, or 1/7 plus 2/7? So 3/7 plus 2 thirds. What's a common denominator? 21. So 7 times 3 gets me 21. So what I do on the bottom, I do on the top. So 9 21 plus 14 21s, because 3 times 7 is 21. So what you do on the bottom, you do on the top. So what is 9 plus 14? 23 21st, which equals, okay, so 1 and 2 21s. All right, next one. What do we need to do? Do we need to do associative property or commutative property, or both? Just associative, right? So I'm going to rewrite it as 1/6 plus parentheses 2/15 plus 11/15 into parentheses. So 1/6 plus, what's 2/15 plus 11/15? 13/15. What's a common denominator? 30, right? So 1/6 with the denominator 30 would be what? 5/30 plus 26/30 equals 31/30, which equals 1 and 1/30, right? And then I circle my answer. Okay, next one. Do I need to use commutative property, associative property, or both? Both, right? So 5 12s plus 5 12s plus 1/3. Now what do I do? Parentheses around the 5 12s, right? One in front and one in the end. So 5 12s plus 5 12s is 10 12s. plus 1/3. What's my common denominator? 12. So we can rewrite 10 twelfths plus 4 twelfths equals 14 twelfths, which equals 1 and 2 twelfths, which equals 1 and 1/6. Okay. Next one. Commutative, associative, or both? Associative, right? We just need to move the parentheses. So we'll rewrite 1 and 4/5 plus parentheses 2 and 3/4 plus 1 and 3/4. So rewrite it. So 1/4 plus, what's 2 and 3/4 plus 1 and 3/4? 3 and 6/4. Okay, we can rewrite it later, right? Okay, so what's going to be my common denominator? 20th, right? So 1 and what? 1 and 16 20th plus 3 and 30 20th, which gets me 4 and 46 20th, which gets me what? 6 and 6 20th, because 20 can go into 46 twice, right? And 20 times 2 is 40. So what goes into both 6 and 20? So 6, and then 2 can go into both, right? So 2 can go into 6 how many times? 3 times. 2 can go into 20 10 times. So our simplified answer is 6 and 3/10. Okay? All right. Next one. Am I using commutative, associative, or both? Both, right? So what needs to go together? The 6, right? So parentheses 3 and 1/6 plus 2 and 1/6 into parentheses plus 5 and 4/9. So what is 3 and 1/6 plus 2 and 1/6? 5 and 2/6 plus 5 and 4/9. What is my common denominator? 18. So I'd have 5 and 6 18ths, because 6 times 3 is 18. So what I do on the bottom, I do on the top. So plus 5 and 8 18ths, because 9 to 18 is times 2. What I do on the bottom, I do on the top. So I get 10 and 14 18ths. Is that simplified? Nope. So 10 and 7/9. Okay. Next one. Commutative, associative, or both? Just associative, right? So parentheses 1 and 4/5 plus 3 and 2/5 into parentheses plus 2 and 1/8. So we didn't have to change the order, just where the parentheses were, right? So 1 and 4/5 plus 3 and 2/5 is 4 and 6/5, and we'll fix that here in a little bit, right? Plus 2 and 1/8. What's my common denominator? 40th. Okay. So 4 and 48 40th plus 2 and 5 40th, which equals 6 and 53, 40th, which equals 6 and, or not, oh, not 6. So 7 and what? 13 40th. Is that simplified? Yep, because 13 is a prime number. Alright, so use the properties of addition to find the sum. So we're going to use commutative, associative, or probably both, okay? So 5/8 plus 4 and 2/3 plus 1 and 1/8. Are we using commutative, associative, or both? Both, right? So we're going to write parentheses. What are we putting together? The 8s, right? So 5/8 plus 1 1/8 into parentheses plus 4 2/3. What is 5/8 plus 1 1/8? 1 6/8. Okay. Plus 4 2/3. What's my common denominator? 24. So 1 and what? 1 18 24s. Okay. So what does that equal? 34 24s, which equals 6 and 10 24s, which equals 6 and 5 12s. Okay, so 6 and 5 12s. Okay, so let's go on to 15. Or is that simplified enough? Yes. Okay, next one. What I need to do? Commutative, associative, or both? Both, because we need to get them in order for commutative and then use parentheses, right? So parentheses 4 and 5/18 plus 5/18 plus 3/4. Oh, I put my parentheses in the wrong spot. So parentheses should be after 5/8, right? So what is that? 4 and 10/18, okay, plus 3/4. Okay, could I simplify that 4 and 10/18? Would it maybe make it easier? Or what's the common denominator between 8 and 36, right? So 4 and 20/36 plus 27/36. So that would get us 4 and 47/36, which also equals what? So 5 and 11/36. Can I simplify that any? Nope, because 11's a prime number. Okay, 16. So commutative, associative, or both? Both, right? So parentheses 7/10 plus 1 and 1/10. So did we cover both the associative and the commutative right there? Yep. Into parentheses plus 2 and 4/15. So 7/10 plus 1/10 is 1 and 8/10 plus 2 and 4/15. What's my common denominator? 30. Okay. So 1 and what? 24/30. Because if I have to multiply the bottom times 3, I do the same on the top, plus 2 and 8/30. 3 and 32/30. 4 and 2/30, which equals 4 and 1/15. Is that simplified? Yep. So we're good to go on that one. Number 17, use structure. Valerie writes the expression 1/12 plus 4/5 plus 1/5 plus 7/12. How can she use properties of addition to rewrite the expression so it is easier to add? So could she do commutative and write it in a different order? And then use the parentheses, so the associative property, to group them, right? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and rewrite it. So we had 2 sets of parentheses this time. So first we added 1/12 plus 7/12, which got us 8/12. Then we added 4/5 plus 1/5, which got us 5/5. Then we simplified, and we simplified 8/12 to 2/3 and 5/5 to 1, which got us 1 and 2/3 as our answer.